At this time, will everyone please rise for the class of 2019?
Please remain standing for the presentation of colors, the Pledge of Allegiance, and the National Anthem. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
You may be seated. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Alyssa Moore, and I'm the 2018-2019 Student Body President of Goose Creek High School. On behalf of the class of 2019, I would like to welcome family, friends, faculty, and distinguished guests to our commencement exercises. Now, Heather Ducker will now come forward to introduce our special guest.
Good afternoon. It is my pleasure to introduce our special guest seated on stage. I will ask each guest to stand briefly when introduced, and I ask that you please hold your applause until all guests have been introduced. Starting to my right, Ms. Shamika Washington, Principal of Goose Creek High School. Mr. Chris Singleton, Guest Speaker. Dr. Eddie Ingram, Superintendent. Dr. Susan Gelman, Chief Administrative Services and Student Assignment Officer. The Reverend Kelly Spann, School Board Member. Dr. Kelly Wolf, Chief Academics and Innovation Officer. Dr. Glenda Levine, Chief Diversity Officer. Dr. Karen Whitley, Chief Human Resources Officer. Mr. Dion Jackson, Senior Associate Superintendent. And Mr. David Barrow, School Board Member. Let's give them a round of applause, please. To my left, Mr. Chris Buchholz, Assistant Principal. Mrs. Latanya Butler, Assistant Principal. Mrs. Rebecca Davis, Assistant Principal. Mr. Brendan Glaze, Assistant Principal. Be nice, guys. Mr. Bruce Walls is celebrating 40 years of teaching art at Goose Creek High. Thank you, Mr. Walls, for your many years of service to our school community. And last but certainly not least, the Goose Creek High School faculty and staff. Now, if you would join me in giving all of our distinguished guests a round of applause. I'd now like to welcome Mr. Chris Buchholz to introduce our Salutatorian.
Having the second highest grade point average in the class of 2019, Sabrina Rosemary McCracken serves as this year's Salutatorian. Sabrina is the daughter of Larry and the late Tanya McCracken. She will attend the College of Charleston in the fall and major in secondary education and minor in biology. Please welcome Sabrina Rosemary McCracken, the Salutatorian of the class of 2019.
Good afternoon. Once again, my name is Sabrina McCracken, and I have the honor of being this year's Salutatorian. Before I begin, I want to thank our families, our friends, our teachers, and our mentors for encouraging us and helping us get here today. Thank you. Now to the class of 2019. As a class, we have gone through some wild things. Freshman year, we went through the 1,000-year flood. Then the next 2 years, we had not one, but 2 hurricanes. Then senior year came and we thought we were in the clear. Then Mother Nature threw 100-degree weather at us last week and we were proven wrong. But besides the crazy weather of South Carolina, we are also the last class of Goose Creek High that will remember having classes on the now torn down 700 and 300 halls. And let's not forget the pond that appeared next to those halls every time it rained. I'm still surprised I never fell in it. And even after our school changed, we kept moving forward, even through all of our self-deprecating jokes and our extreme cases of procrastination. With that being said, let us thank our teachers for allowing us to blow up their inboxes at 11:59 the night our assignments were due. Thank you, guys. But even through all of the changes and bad students' habits we developed, we're still going to walk across this stage today. 4 years ago, we were itty-bitty freshmen with the aspiration to graduate, and we went the distance. In those 4 years, we didn't just learn algebra and basic biology. We learned how to cheer on fellow classmates as they took home state championships. We learned to congratulate our friends when they were accepted into the schools and programs of their dreams. And most importantly, we learned how to handle our own and decide what our dreams are. Now, these speeches are supposed to have some form of inspiration and words of wisdom. So I'll tell you about my father overcoming something he didn't think he could. When my mother was killed, he not only raised 3 kids as a single dad, but he persisted and accomplished so much more than he thought, with the help of family and friends, of course. So I ask you, class of 2019, what have you accomplished? Look how much you've grown and look how far you've come. Nobody did that for you. Now you may have help, but you control your future. And like what the wonderful Mary Poppins said, open different doors. You may find a you there that you never knew was yours. Anything can happen. Thank you.
With the highest grade point average, Kendall Tyler Voorhees has the distinct honor of serving as Goose Creek High School Class of 2019's Valedictorian. Kendall is the daughter of Connie and the late Chris Voorhees. Kendall will attend the University of South Carolina in the fall and major in experimental psychology. Please welcome Kendall Tyler Voorhees, the valedictorian of the class of 2019.
Good afternoon, faculty and staff, friends and family, and to the Goose Creek High School class of 2019. Again, my name is Kendall Voorhees, and I'm incredibly honored to be speaking before all of you today. Some of you may know me from the classes that we've shared together, and others may recognize me from the obnoxious poster near the credit union first semester where I was jumping midair. I will never live that one down, but seniors. Over the past 4 years, our class has gone through a lot of change. New buildings, new administration, new challenges that we've had to face while also maintaining our grades, our health, and well-being. And challenging it has been, because as I'm sure we all know, tests are not limited to the classroom. Life does not slow down when you have a final coming up, and at seemingly the worst possible timing, it will present you with an obstacle and an option. There's a piece of advice that my father always used to give me and my sister and my mother. When he was receiving chemotherapy treatments, it often seemed like the chemicals that were supposed to help him were only poisoning him faster. And every day he was presented with the same challenge of letting a hostile disease keep him from truly living, or from grasping his life in his own hands and ensuring that every opportunity given to him was not cast aside. And when I'd ask him just how he did it, he'd think for a minute, he'd shrug, and he'd say, "I just keep on keeping on." It's a popular sentiment that seems simple enough, but his words carried a weight and wisdom that I can only hope to one day emanate. After we leave here, there are going to be times where you feel like your life is speeding forward and leaving you behind as a secondary character in your own story. There are going to be decisions you have to make where either option feels too difficult to commit to. But there are going to be such amazing opportunities for you to seize and make your own. No matter the setback or the struggle, there is always the option to keep on and persevere throughout each trial and tribulation that life throws your way. Seniors, it makes me so proud seeing each and every one of you here today. You know, considering how many of us took advantage of the inconsistent attendance policy, it's been a while since I've seen a lot of you in class. How's it going? I feel like we are already old friends and none of us even have a diploma in our hands yet. So, jokes aside, cherish the relationships that you've made here, whether it be with your friends or your teachers. The connections that you made with these people, the lessons that they were able to teach you far outweigh the ones that you've learned in a classroom. Class of 2019, I challenge you to keep on, to embrace the obstacles that life presents you with and see them as opportunity to progress and move forward. I am so excited to see where life takes us in the future. Thank you.
Mr. Chris Singleton is a former professional baseball player in the Chicago Cubs organization, as well as an inspirational speaker who's traveled the country, passionately speaking to over 35,000 students. Chris also works here in Charleston as the Director of Community Outreach for the Charleston River Dogs. Mr. Singleton has spread his message through various media outlets and has been featured on ESPN's E60, Sports Illustrated, and USA Today. His mother, Sharonda Coleman Singleton, a former Goose Creek High School teacher, had her life tragically taken along with 8 other victims at Mother Emanuel African Methodist Episcopal Church in downtown Charleston on June 17, 2015. Chris inspired his city and the nation by forgiving the man who committed this senseless act of violence, stating that love is stronger than hate. He gives strength to his audiences through his personal experiences of adversity and his belief that God can guide you through any storm you will ever pass. Chris is an alumni of the Goose Creek High School class of 2014. Please welcome to the podium one of our own, Mr. Chris Singleton.
Thank you. You see, I love it when somebody introduces me because it makes me sound so much cooler than I really am. You know, first off, I'd like to say it's a blessing and an honor to be able to speak here at my alma mater. Ever since my mom was killed, I've always used this hashtag on my social media. I say, can't let moms down. As I travel, people see that and they say, Chris, you know what? I want you to know you're making your mom proud. And as I stand before you today, speaking to my alma mater, the place where my sister graduated, my sister-in-law is about to graduate, my brother's going to graduate from, the place where my mom and father taught at, the place where my mother poured her heart into. I know for a fact that right here, as I'm standing up here today, that I'm making her proud. And I'm gonna do something really weird, something you've probably never seen done before at a graduation, but I'm gonna ask a favor for you. So everybody stand up for me really quick. Everybody stand up. If you're able, stand up. All right, now give somebody a hug that looks different than you and tell them that you love them. All right, after we're done, we can be seated. A lot of love in here. I love it. I love it. Now, guys, there's two reasons why I do that at every single talk I'm giving. It doesn't matter if you're 7 years old, 17, or 77. I think somebody in here needed that hug just now. You see, my sister walked across that stage without her parents. My brother's gonna do the same. I know somebody in here is probably missing somebody, wishing they can see you walk across that stage. And there's a study that says 16.2 million people in the US are struggling with depression. 16.2 million people. Now, out of those 16.2, only 30% are gonna ask for help. So it left me thinking, where's the other 70%? Where are those people that are struggling and don't say a word about it? I think they're in our classrooms. They may be at home with you. They haven't said a word, so you don't know. Or maybe they're right next to you in this room right now. And that simple hug and that simple I love you can stop somebody from doing something terrible to themselves, or even worse, to others. Guys, the second reason why I do that is because my mom was taken away from me because somebody was misled and mistaught to hate people that look like me. And I truly believe if I would have been able to look my mother's killer in the face and give him a hug and genuinely mean it when I say, I love you, I think there's no way he would have been able to do what he did to my mom and to 8 others. So Goose Creek, class of 2019, you guys are doing more than just graduating today. You guys are saving lives. So give yourselves a round of applause real quick. You know, I was thinking about what I would say to you guys, and you know, I'm not too much older than you, so I don't think I have so much wisdom, but I was thinking about all the things I forgot about already from high school. You know, I forgot about the first test I passed or the first test I failed. You know, I forgot about the little petty arguments you might have had with one of your friends, or maybe the petty arguments you have about a childhood crush you have from the 9th grade. But anyway, there's so much stuff I forgot, but I know there's one thing that you guys will not forget here today. I know it for a fact. No, in fact, I'm going to start this, and if you know the rest, I want you to finish this line, okay? I'm going to take my horse to the Old Town Road. I knew it. I knew it. That's something you won't forget, huh? Guys, all jokes aside, I think each and every one of you in this room right now is going to be able to make change. You know, as I say that, people say to me, Chris, I'm not an inspirational speaker. I'm not a professional athlete. I'm not a principal. I'm not a superintendent. I'm not the president. I'm not a congressman. And I always say it doesn't take people up there to make change. It's up to each and every one of us in this room right here today. And when I say that, I always like to share this story with them. A story by a lady named Lauren Isley. And the story means so much to me because it doesn't matter if you're big or small. Every single person sitting in that chair right now next to you is able to make change. And so the story is about this little kid saving starfish. And so the kid and his father, they lived on the beach their whole life. And as we know, in South Carolina, the hurricanes are terrible. And with a hurricane, the waves can get up to like 30, 35 feet. So the waves came, they washed up on the shore, they tore up the shore, tore up their house. It was all messed up. It was all beat up. And this kid and his father, they returned back to their house and they're walking along this beach. And as they're walking, there's thousands of starfish along this beach, thousands of them. And this kid is smart. This kid grew up on the beach his whole life. He said, you know what? If I let these starfish stay outside the water too long, they're going to dry up and they're going to die. And so what the kid did was he picked up a starfish and he tossed it into the water and he saved his life. He walked a little bit further, picked up another one, tossed it into the water, and he saved that starfish's life. And now his father was upset. His father lost it all. He lost his house. He was angry. His father stopped him. He said, what are you doing? He said, stop. There's thousands of starfish out here. You're picking up one at a time. Do you really think what you're doing right now is going to make a difference? Now, the kid was respectful. The kid never disrespected his father. But he looked at him that day. He looked back down at the starfish. He picked one more up. He tossed it into the water. He said, Dad, I bet I made a difference to that one. Now, Goose Creek High School class of 2019, I'm asking you guys to be that kid on the beach. I'm asking you guys to go for it. Chase your dreams. Because in doing so, I believe that each and every one of you in this room right now can become the change that you want to see in the world. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Chris, for your compassion and your strength. Your words serve as an inspiration to us all. This afternoon, we celebrate the accomplishments of this class with family and friends from far and near. For 49 years, Goose Creek High School has been an important place to learn and grow for the young people in Berkeley County. After receiving a diploma, each graduate will receive a white rose with a gold ribbon. This is symbolic of a new beginning and our desire for much success in your future. This ceremony is important to our graduates and their families. As a representative of Goose Creek High School's graduating class, I ask that you clap briefly during the calling of the names. It would be very disappointing to a parent if they did not hear their son or daughter's name being called. We will applaud at the end. But before we begin the proceedings, the entire Gator family would like to take a moment to recognize a young man who lost his life this past November. Brandon Compton overcame a number of challenges throughout his life. Despite these challenges, he was on track to earn a high school diploma. Brandon was an Eagle Scout and a beloved member of the class of 2019. At this time, I'd like to invite his parents, Mr. and Mrs. David Compton, and his grandparents, Mr. and Mrs. Harry Calvert, to accept his diploma.
Will the first row of the graduating class of 2019 please rise? It is customary for the top 25 ranking graduates to receive their diplomas first. Kendall Tyler Voorhees. Sabrina Rosemary McCracken. Matthew Alexander Valdez. Lauren Mackenzie Brown. Isabel Rose Dodson. Joshua James Dabu Vigil. Garrett Daniel Pitt. Kedrick Jalen Gacy. Abigail Grace Galunas. Jasmine Nicole White. Gabriela Pereira Andrade. Cameron Elizabeth Jarvis. Haley Marie Odom. Nadja Karlich. Conrad Clayton Schwartz. Anna Beatrice Cardosa Vasconcelos. Riley Emma Wilson. Abigail Greer Arcamona. Bethany Marie Halter. Denia Janice Shaw. Alan Keith Nevers. Daphne Michelle Saylor. Christopher Austin Hicks. Stephanie Rose Sattler. Garrett Edward Lale. It's okay. Christopher Lewis Lindsay. Alyssa Desiree Moore. Georgia Marie Miracle. Caitlin Irene Howard. Deshawn Lee Robertson. Devarius Naquan Mack. Cameron Rashad Richardson. Shaniqua Imani Catherine Rivers. Antonio Keanu Huey. Dion Dwayne Williams Jr. DeAndre Tyree Addison. Desiree Marie Adderson. Nicholas Allen Ahern. Caitlin Elaine Allen. Braylon Lachey Alvarado. Lenar Eduardo Alvarado. Andrea Montserrat Amador de la Concha. Jada Brene Anderson. Ricardo Martinez Antonetti Jr. Mia Bell Gervais. Taurus Jamal Hewling. Carsa Rose Locklear. Sierra Michelle Pawlowski. Caitlin Mackenzie Rue. Madanya Alika Summers. Josephine Christina Knapp. Nicholas Benito Arcalis. Corinne Annabelle Argueta Ordonez. Jair Koya Backman. Connor Henry Baldwin. Arlene Joyce Madriaga Bailila. Janaya Denise Varr. Jada Nicole Bates. Christiana Marie Bauman. Tiana Charjay Baylop. Jaden Destiny Bellamy. Megan Erin Bellmare. Autumn Amel Bennett. Erica Renee Bennett. Zadrian Sincere Bennett. Nathan Cole Burkos. Tyrus Isaiah Bethel Miller. John Michael Blake Jr. Jason Valentine Bonner II. Alyssa Kately Mae Bracken. Takai Athasia Bracey. Jalicia Anitra Branham. Caleb Reese Brandt. Bethany Ann Boodle. Jace Lamar Britton. Caleb Daniel Brown. Deshaun Jaquez Brown. Janae Quinasia Brown. Kamisha Siobhan Brown. Kaylin Michelle Brown. Zadaria LaMonica Diamond Brown. Tamar Thamoni Brown. Tierra Ilea Brown. Vita Deshelle Brown. Zachary Thomas Brown. Xaviera Kayla Eudocia Brown. Alondra Thery Josephina Briswell. James Lee Bryant. Evan Riley Bucci. Derek Andre Pederet. Travis Edmund Campbell. Vincent Lee Kennedy. Samaria DeMonica Canty. Dynasty Keisha Capers. Rashard O'Neill Capers Richardson. Liliana Sophia Carias. Shania Kiana Carmichael. Brandon Ellis Anthony Carpenter. Andrew D.R. Carr. Besner Antonio Carranza, Jr. Chase Andrew Coffin. Jacob Frederick Chapman. Shaylee Abigail Chinchilla Doblado. Kyle Lewis Chin. Christopher John Sissel. Natalia Isabel Cobania. Delaney Jane Coldren. Mateo Segoviano Coleman. Madeline Cynthia Cone. Desmond Lewis Crenshaw. Michael Kenneth Willard Curtis. Jared Latrell Daniel. Jasmine Luchelle Daniel. Charisma Marcita Davis. Jaheim Mackay Davis. Macasia DeAndrea Davis. Mary Elizabeth Davis. Quintero LaCarlo Deontay Davis. Tatiana Maria De Sousa. Kayumi Amelia Alves De Sosa. Paige Nicole Decker. Ashley Marie Decker. Jose Miguel Diaz. Vanessa Diaz. Caitlin Mackenzie Dingle. Caleb Mitchell Disbro. Talik Damian Dove. Dalton Alexander Dykes. Janiqua Nastasia Edie Bennett. Jacob Tyler Eagle. Jalen Montez Ellington. Caitlin Egnell. Elijah Lane Evans. Sanaya Terrion Janae Felder. Aaron Robert Fernandez. Hakam Jaleel Fickling Rivers. Taylor Beatrice Fields. David Allen Figueredo. Brandon Allen Fisher. Mario Anthony Flores. William Chandler Foodie. Angel Marie Force. Alonzo Lamont Ford. Malik Jordan Ford. Jayla Danae Fordham. Destiny Jashay Forrest Scott. Brandon Scott Fowler. Alonzo Eddie Frazier Jr. Maya Simone Frazier. Nivram L. Freeman. Sierra Marie Gabrielli. Alexander Carlito Gadsden. Taylor Alexis Gaines. Martha Galindo Roja. Isabella Emily Garcia. Tanya Sarahi Garcia Garcia. Haley Elizabeth Gartman. Jaya Isabel Garvin. Samuel Gathers Jr. Jonathan Ryan G. Justin Kirby Gellen. Urel Gilliard. Miguel Alonzo Gomez. Lisette Gonzalez. Summer Alexis Goodman. D'Angelo Malik Gourdine. Julian Marcel Gourdine. Charles Bernard Grant III. Alexis Nicole Green. Dadrian Tamaya Green. Larissa Tayasia Ajane Green. Marvin Cornell Green Jr. Christopher Nasir Grice. Amina Danielle Griffith. Deja Marie Guillory. Emily Caroline Gunterman. Justin Michael Hall. Chase Alexander Ham. Cara Elizabeth Hamilton. Jocelyn Danielle Harris. Olivia Sachiko Hasigawa. Jasmine Ariana Hazaris. Justin Ryan Hines Jr. Daniela Marie Hendricks. Marcus Jeremiah Hermanstein. Bryce Thomas Hervey. Tyrone Graylin Detron Howard. Kumiko Octavia Hill. Miranda Jameson Hinderleiter. Amber Renee Hyatt. Anthony James Hodge. Jasmine Vanessa Hodge. Jeremiah Antonio Hodge. India Kanai Laki Hollins. Jerry Dwayne Holmes Jr. Sanye Nichelle Holmes. Cheyenne Grace Hoover. Daisha Lachey Humphrey. Jonathan Michael Hunter. David Alexander Hyman. Deontay Maurice Jackson. Jada Jackson. Tajay Jashawn Jackson. Rose Marie Baktoy Halandoni. Tremaine Mikkel Hassan James. Trinity Alexis Nico Jefferson. Vernon Jefferson. Austin Tyler Jessup. Lorenzo Antonio Jimenez Pulido. Ashley Nicole Johnson. Emmanuel Ellis Johnson. Tanae Yvonne Johnson. Chance Christopher Jones. Desire Nalasia Niessence Jones. Quentin Jarrell Jones. Brianna Javaria Joy. Eva Karalich. Stella Maria Katsoulakis. Samuel James Kelly. Ashley McKenna Kidd. Antoinasia Patrice Claudia Kinlock. Kiana Arshay Kinlock. Mackenzie Lee Kitchings. Tiana Angelique Knight. Tyasia Angel Knight. Tristan Nicholas Kozlowski. Rachel Ann Catherine Kraus. Alexis Chandler Laidlaw. Erica Lizeth Laura Barahona. Kimberly Michaela Larson. Dustin Samuel Lash. Julian Vernus Lawrence. Justin Lynn Lawson. Ashley Ann LeBron. Juan Luis LeBron. Tehran Lamar Legree. Noel Cameron Lemon. Navasha Kamaria Levain. Kareem Desan Lewis. Monica Sahara Litchfield. Ricardo Lee Little. Emily Irene Loftus. Manuel Lopez. Valinda Samore Lopez. Michelle Candy Lopez Zimmerman. Corey Adrian Lucas. Jasmine Angela Luciano. Logan Sierra Lund. German Jacob Light. Mateo Asael Maldonado. Christopher Andrew Mamola. Joel Mandujano Diaz. Caleb Alexander Manson. Bayron Onesi Martinez Sarvalon. Chelsea Lee Mazik. Brianna Trinae McCoy. Shamir Alicia McCoy. Sincere Frederick McCoy. Aaliyah Marie Ilana McCrae. DeAndrea Divine McGee. Jamil Tyrese Latrell McGee. Haley Marie McGrew. Brooke Ashley McQuillan. Donovan Dejion McTeer. Krista Lorraine Menas. Mauricio Antonio Malara. Javier Melendez. Xavier Melendez. Gerson David Mendoza. Revis Shane Mickler. Jalen Samuel Miller. Nairi Takara Miller. Shaughnessy Alea Milligan. Kaylin Michelle Mills. Kiajane Amore Michelle Mills. Alicia Chattel Lynette Mitchell. Khalid Raymond Mitchell. Tavares Jashawn Mitchell. Trevor James Mitchell. DeAndre Terrell Montgomery. Lastacia Tremaine Nakaya Montgomery. Bradley Clayton Moorer. Garrett Liscombe Morgan. Jason David Morale. Jordan Gabrielle Moultrie. Joseph Xavier Maraca. Diamond Alexis Murphy. Saleha Rose Mwangu. Michael Yasid Navas Lopez. Jalen Malik Nelson. Shayla Monet Nelson. Tamia Kristen Nelson. Vivian Pauline Nelson. Anna Luisa Noves Lima. Jessica Perex Palacios Munoz. Haley Brooke Odell. Isaiah Matthew Oliva. Emily Ann Michelle Olick. Isi Mariela Ordonez Mendoza. Jason Velasquez Ortiz. Lanaya Ayana Page. Raj Itesh Patel. Aaliyah Michaela Patton. Maria Eduardo Perea D. Farias. Merlinda Perez. Monica Perez Victoria. Shantori Donnell Perkith. Abigail Brooke Phillips. Mackenzie Marie Phillips. Brandon Glenn Pilger. Kaylin Dejan Pinkney. Shayla Renee Polite. Kylie McKenna Pond. Kayla Michelle Poole. Samara Armani Posley. Karen Mitchell Pozo Florentino. Grismel Pozo Mieses. Jackson Lee Price. Jada Lee Price. Nicole Sydney Price. Ashley Marie Priest. Shelton LeVar Prelo. Crystal Lorraine Pryor. Isaac Louise Ramirez. Corey Lorenza Ravenel. Tyler Nicholas Ravenel. Michaela Denasia Rawls. Lexis Ariana Reiter. Anthony Richard Rexroth. Canaries Caridad Reyes. Alana Nizera Malaysia Richardson. Leonard Dewan Terrence Javez Richardson Flynn. Caitlin Marie Richburg. Madeline Kathleen Rigg. Helena Cheyenne Rivers. Layla Akela Rivers. Jalen Kiera Robinson. Arthur Rodriguez Sardina Pereira. Alexander Raymond Rogers. Marinique Jasmine Roll. Alexis Martin Ruse. Jada Atonia Sally. Maurice Dante Sanchez. William Charles Sanchez. Savannah Danielle Sanders. Devin Brian Santos. Anaya Sine Salters. Kyle John Schneider. Israel Boyd Natividad Schultz. Ariana Jaya Philistine Scott. Reagan Morgan Scott. Khalees Elaine Seabrook. Andrea Isabel Segura. Jose Jake Serrano. Aisha Shaw. Yusuf Shaw. Dylan James Bryce Shanty. Amaru Waikwan Shepherd. Mason Blake Shirley. Sierra Asante Shivers. Darius Isaiah Shoulders. Christian Isaiah Shumpert. Callie Shea Rose Shupak. Jawan Terrell Malik Simmons. Misho Demert Simmons. Seth Maurice Simmons. Travell Robert Simmons. Timari Elise Simmons. Raven Mariah Simmons. Dijon Wane Singleton. Keyshawn Kareem Skinner. Valerie Lynn Sly. Shalane Nakia Smalls. Kelton Michael Smith. Charles Alfred Smith III. Charlotte Nicole Smith. Dante Smith. Herbert Leroy Smith. Hunter Wade Smith. Miracle Marcavia Smith. Nicholas Alexander Smith. Tayon LaVar Smith. Jackson Danae Summer. Gabriella Thalia Soto. Shamira Maria Spells. Peyton Kendall Spreitzer. Nico Alec Stahl. Jasmine Rose Stanley. Lasonley Stanley. Andrew Jason Stevenson. Tyler Joseph Stiegler. Amin Hamid Stokes. Caroline Alexis Salvation Strickland. Christian Lee Sudinia. Jackson Lee Sulcer. Colby Frank Sumner. Ethan Michael Talmadge. Dylan Joseph Tartaglia. Paige Allison Tatsbaugh. Fatima Hadelia Ijela Taylor. Divine Reve Alicion Terry. Shakira Denise Thomas. Jalen Zachary Tingen. Morgan Isabella Todd. Cameron Arthur Chenoweth. Brandon Osario Torres. Cruz Antonio Torres Marin. Michael Gregory Trapp. Arthur Othello Turner. David Riley Sean Vargas. Rashay Marie Vargas. Jenny Vega Pagan. Rashay Renee Wade. Jameson Gregory Walker. Tierra Victoria Walton. Jamal Edward Washington. Raina Nicole Washington. Seth K. Waterman. Israel Desiree Watkins. Anthony Haley Walker Wheeler. Tanae Marion Wheeler. Austin Tyler White. Daniel John Andrew Williams. Malik Jamar Williams. Taylor Janae Williams Green. LaAsia Monique Wilson. Chandrika Michelle Wilson. Austin Thomas Woodard. Kwati Lene Woodbury Gatson. Elizabeth Nicole Woody. Joshua Hunter Workman. Janaea Shalon Wright. Parrish Inoshu Wright Scott. Alfonso Tyrese Zanders Garris. Will the class of 2019 please stand?
Goose Creek High School, class of 2019. I have verified with your faculty and the administration that you have met the requirements for a high school diploma. Therefore, by the power invested in me by the state of South Carolina and the Berkeley County Board of Education, I do hereby certify your diplomas and pronounce you graduates of Berkeley County School District and the state of South Carolina.
Would all Goose Creek High School alumni in attendance please stand? All Goose Creek High School alumni in attendance, please stand. To those that are now standing, I am proud to present into your ranks the 49th graduating class of Goose Creek High School. You have each blazed a trail, and it is important to honor and cherish the memories that you have made during your time at Goose Creek High School. To show others that you are proud of what you have accomplished, please turn your tassels from right to left. Please join Mr. Staudenmeyer in the singing of the alma mater for your last time as a high school student. On behalf of the graduates, the administration, the faculty, and our distinguished guests, we thank you for celebrating with us. I proudly present the Goose Creek High School class of 2019. Please remain standing for the recessional.